See the shovel? Back when I was mid-20s, I was broke. I worked a dead-end lawn care and landscaping job. I hated my life. I lived in a crappy little apartment. I was in debt. I got the chance to hang out with an entrepreneur who was a multi-millionaire. He owned tons of real estate and businesses. I think he said it was worth $27 million. I went to his house. The guy had a stable and horses and all this stuff. Very lucky to spend a day hanging out with this guy. I said, I want to start a business, but I'm broke. I don't have any money. He goes, you don't need money to start a business. I'm like, you're out of your mind. Now I'm telling him he's out of his mind because I want to start a landscape business and I need like 20 grand. How am I going to afford all this equipment? You see this shovel? This guy came up and got in my face. He was maybe a 55-year-old man. And I'm like a young cat. You want to know how to start a business? You want to start a landscaping business? I'm like, yeah. He goes, you go to Home Depot, you get a shovel, and start effing knocking on doors. Get a shovel and go start knocking on doors. And I'm like, all right, this guy's nuts. He's out of his mind. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just trying to be a showboaty rich guy and thinks I'm just a kid. And I left that day and I was angry and I thought about that for many, many days and many nights. And I went back to my piece of crap, dead-end job, making $12 an hour. I was miserable. A year and a half later, I'm on a property working. It was a high-profile client. I couldn't dig anymore. I'm digging. Check this out. I'm digging. We're doing like luxury garden bed maintenance and planting, okay? I'm edging out a garden bed. Edging out this, we're doing an entire complex. My feet are covered in bruises, even though I'm wearing steel-toed boots. It was 100 degrees out, and that's all I did. I was a slave at this job. It was a secure job, but I was better than that, dude. I was dying inside to the point where I had no choice because I had bills to pay. And there comes a point, I ain't even gonna lie, there comes a point, and this is some of the best, it's rock bottom. I knew it that morning when I went to work. I can't do this anymore. But this is a different type of I can't do this anymore. Because like I got a friend named Joshua Latimer. He does coaching. He's built a several million-dollar business, but he coaches people. And he said something, one guy on the phone said, I'm at the end of my rope, one of his mentees. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this one more year. I can't do this. I'm burned out. I'm just dying inside. And Joshua says to him, he goes, don't feed me that crap. You can do this for 10 more years. Dealing with this suffering and with it. You're telling yourself you can't do it, but you could actually go through this for about 10 more years and you'll be saying the same thing. You think you're at the end of your rope and you can't do it no more. You're just crying, bitching, whining, and complaining. So I'm kicking the shovel, and all of a sudden this feeling comes through my body. Well, actually my body became void of feeling. All the energy, all of my hope, everything, something just drained out of my body. And I dropped the shovel. I ain't even playing, dude. Look, like this. I don't want to be too loud in Home Depot, but dropped the shovel. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm already dead. I'm already dying inside. My fucking life isn't going anywhere. I'm already dead. I've been in this same spot for 5 years, and I'm already dead. So at this point, taking a risk and taking a chance, I'm all in the middle of Home Depot right now. Taking a risk and taking a chance isn't really taking a chance anymore because I've already taken the biggest risk of all. And I've lost and I'm losing in life because I'm still working this fucking dead-end job. And at this point, if I quit this very minute and I just went and walked and just found anything or started something, it would be better than this shit show. And I had to take full responsibility for the decisions that I had made and my sticking my head in the sand all the way up to that point. But I had bills to pay. It's true. It was like the decision had been made for me. I put the shovel down. A week later, I got fired from that job. Because, like it's like a bad relationship. I don't know, this is a little personal, but I was in a bad relationship one time when I was a young guy. And I didn't have the power to get out of it. I came from like a broken family, right? And I literally dropped to my knees and I prayed to God. I said, God, I don't have the power to get out of this and I'm dying inside. I need you now to take me out of this situation because I literally can't do it. A week later, I was out of that situation. It hurt a little bit, but boom, I was out. I had like literally just boomed, like exploded into a different paradigm of life. And now I'm looking at the other side. It's like in a movie, like the Stargate. Like you, all of a sudden, you're like, oh, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm fucking alive, dude. And I started my own fucking business with nothing out of the back of my wife's car, the trunk of my wife's car, with paper bags from Lowe's. Sorry, Home Depot. Literally with ads on Craigslist, and I was going around pulling people's weeds. I didn't care about my pride anymore. I didn't care. It didn't matter. I was pulling people's weeds, making money, and I built a 6-figure business out of nothing. You know how I did it? You want to know how I did it? I went to Home Depot, and I picked up a fucking shovel, and I started knocking on doors. That's how I fucking did it.